Today is Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. And today I wanted to first say hi to the ancestors that dwell amongst the trees. The wind in the trees are very, very active today. So, hello, everybody. Okay. But what I'd like to do first is to share some questions that I asked this morning in the community, and talk a little bit about how extrasensory perception is real and what it is, and why the economic system has impaired that for us. Okay. So I'm going to be flipping through some pages as I'm talking so you can go back and pause them. But I want to correlate non playable characters, which is a video I did 2 nights ago, and extrasensory perception. I'm also going to do another video that will be a compilation of some psychic and religious fails to support my point. All right, well, first of all, the only woo-woo thing that is legitimate in some of the spiritual and religious teachings is extrasensory perception. And first, I want you to pause and think about each of those words separately so that you can digest them as just non-woo-woo things. Extra sensory perception. So more sensitivity than the average person in perception of something. And that is related to your spiritual gift, or the gifting that you're given when you are born, when your parents conceive you, and then your spirit enters those cells to begin the process of building your physical form. You are also given a gift based on the location of and the lineage of your mother. And when I was doing clinical work, they revised the diagnostic manual for autism, and I think they've done it again, but for DSM-5 they revised it, and I was one of the people who advocated for them to include sensory processing disorder in that edition, because it is the central to autism. That is the biggest barrier to help them to overcome, is sensory processing. So if you understand that extrasensory perception is a real thing, and that one of the primary problems for kids on the spectrum or adults on the spectrum is sensory processing, being able to process what they are sensing, then everything else I say is going to make more sense to you. When we live in a society where people are more focused on money than they are doing what they enjoy doing, then we end up in the situation that we're in now. And people are doing things that, one, are not necessary, two, that they do not like doing, and three, that cause more harm to the environment because they are in areas that are not aligned with their gifting, because they were given a job or forced into a career that someone else said would help them make more money or be more successful, so on and so forth. However, before we had these issues, the question of whether or not people would continue to do the work that they do was never a problem, because people would do what they felt most called to do, what they enjoyed. And so there wasn't, wasn't or isn't, for those of us who continue to do that, any sense of hardship or burden or, dread in getting up to go and do whatever it is you do every day, because you like to do it and you're alive and it's something to do and you enjoy it. And people benefit from the things that you do. There are no people who are not willing and receptive to do everything that is necessary in order for any community to function and to run correctly by design. So focusing on debt, equity, and an economic means of success is a huge part of the reason why we are stuck. So I want you to go back and look at the entries that I had shared. Ask yourself some of these questions, and then begin to think about how we can shape a present and future where everyone feels like they are living in a paradise.